Yeah, my thoughts and prayers go out to those people who lost their lives, who lost their family members. I don't know what to say. Yeah, that doesn't smell bad. It's got sticky stuff on the top. You know, I can't imagine losing somebody through this. So yeah. I gotta cook this stuff. I think these are pre-cooked. Sorry. I know this is very entertaining to watch me read a fucking box, but this does not say pre-cooked. It probably is though. I don't know. What was I even saying? That's still hard. I mean, the sauce is thawed, but that's sauce. So that's still hard, so I'm putting that back. I definitely need to. I mean, that's still frozen. No, these are fine. Well, that's a little. No, that's frozen. It's frozen. Yeah. No, it's fine. She said if it's still frozen, it's fine. So, I'll put those there. I guess the bottom doesn't get as cold as the top does, so I'm gonna. Yeah, clearly it doesn't. Put these ice packs in here. But, I mean, I'm just, you know. I really don't know what else to say. We were very fortunate to not get hit worse, and Florida is going to continuously have some, I mean, everywhere is going to have some after effects from all of this. Look at this thing, chicken biscuit. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. This is just like, I feel so stupid because I was like, there's no way it's gonna be that bad. You know, this, that, and the other. I was a fucking idiot. I feel really dumb. That's the way it goes sometimes, though. You know, that's the way it goes. So I'm not that upset with myself. And of course, I'll probably be made fun of by the people I talk to when I go back to college, but who knows when that will even happen? Like, when am I going to be able to go back? What's going to happen with that? And I know I shouldn't be worried about that because there are people who lost their lives. That's what I was going to say. Okay. I wanted to say that I was watching the news at my grandmother's house while she cooked some of those meats for me. That had thawed, like the actual meats that were just like raw meat that had thawed. She said if you cook it right away, it'd be okay. I had to throw out my pizza because it was completely thawed and flimsy. She said you gotta throw that out. But anyways, I think it said 39 or 49. I can't remember. It was either 39 or 49. People had died across Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. So I think that means 40 to 50 people, as we know of right now, across 4 states. Not in each, across 4 states, but that's what we know of right now. And that the people who were mandatorily evacuated, if that's a word, mandatorily evacuated from Florida, who actually were evacuated, not the people who stayed behind to make sure their homes were okay, they're not let back in yet. The news reporters are in, and emergency services and all of that. But, I mean, those who were forced to leave, which for good reason, I'm not saying they shouldn't have, I'm saying, just trying to state facts here, they're not let back in yet. So, unless they have access to the news, they don't know what it looks like. And that's the thing, like, I have a friend, she lives not very far from me, over the river, so technically in another state. She can't have gluten or dairy, and she hadn't eaten anything but breakfast and a little bit of meat. So I was like, look, it said that this dining hall at this part of our college has power and has food. So she went there, but she didn't feel comfortable going in alone. So I said, I'll try to get over there. I've been told that there's a curfew, but I'll do my best to get over there. And turns out curfew didn't mean shit, because there were a lot of people just out in the roads, just driving. You know, I'm sure there are some people going to other places, checking on people, friends, family, what have you. There were some people just speeding around for the fun of it. When all the traffic lights aren't working and half the lights that light up the town, the tiny city, I would say, that we live in, is not a full city, nowhere near a full city. But people around here who don't live in cities or haven't been to cities call it a city. It's not. It's a giant town. Okay, it's a more developed town. That's it. And to me, this whole area of like 3 different counties is one big town to me, because I just go back and forth between all of them very frequently. I saw a Dodge that was Lightning McQueen. I was driving slow because I didn't know what the damage was like, and I didn't want to accidentally hit a whole fucking tree branch and then my dad kill me. So I was driving slow, and this car comes up behind me and then speeds around me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep driving slow because I actually value my life right now. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody else either. And this car was a regular white car, but they had those like purple underlights. So I was like, okay. And then a Dodge came up behind them, and he or she, who I'm assuming is a guy, because I feel like that's you gotta have balls to have that car. And it's cool. I'm not gonna say it's not cool. I'm just saying speeding in this aftermath, it's kind of dumb. But I speed all the time, so no, I don't. Nobody say that. I don't speed. I go the speed limit, or 10 above, which is legal where I am. So I guess you could call that speeding, but it's legal here, so it's not. A Lightning McQueen Dodge. And he was riding that guy's tail. And that just made me laugh. I mean, it's dumb and it's dangerous. That just made me laugh. A Lightning McQueen. It said Rusty's on it, too. It was like a full shot-for-shot remake of Lightning McQueen. I hope he's got a friend who's like Mater or some shit. I hope he's got a country guy who's got a Mater truck. Because Mater, like... Oh my god. Anyways, but yeah, no. So I had gotten to the dining hall and it was closed. And she can't have gluten or dairy. So we had tried to go to a Wendy's that said it was open. Turned out it wasn't, which I honestly didn't expect anything to be open. But after I had finally convinced her to come back over here so that I could give her some meat that I had that is pre-cooked, and I cooked it for like 5 minutes in the microwave, so it should be fine, but I let her know, like, you might want to try a piece or two and just wait for a little bit and make sure you're okay before eating the rest. I just let her know, just in case, because I'm not very food safety knowledgeable. My grandmother is. That's why I consult her on everything, and that's why I consulted her on the other meats in my freezer. So when she explained that if it's pre-cooked and it's already thawed, cook it right away and eat it within a day or two. So that's what I told my friend. Because I couldn't remember if it was thawed or not. I don't think it was. I'm pretty sure it's still frozen, but I just let her know, like, just in case, start with a piece or two, and if you feel fine, eat as much as you can, honestly, because she needs protein. She hadn't eaten anything except a little bit of breakfast and, like, this much of ham or something, like a deli meat. And I wanted her, I mean, if you're my friend and you're a good person, I'm going to treat you right. Like, I'm going to be a mama. I'll say that. My mom's side comes out. It's kind of a mom mixed with a dad, because it's like, if you're doing something dumb and I love you and I don't want you to get hurt, I'm going to be like, bitch, fucking stop before I slap your ass or some shit like I switch between mom and dad mode. Like, I'm basically both my parents combined. I'll say it that way, because I can be a full-blown dad. Those of you who have a dad like that, you know exactly what I'm saying when I say that. But I can also be a full-blown mom. I will say I'm probably more dad than mom, but because I am female, I do have that mom instinct, I would call it. That's what I would call it. I don't really know if that's true, if that's the thing, that, like, females just kind of have a mom instinct. Maybe males have a dad instinct. I don't know. That's just the only way I could describe the fact that, you know, it's kind of, it's almost like it's consuming. Not in a bad way, but it's like it hits you so strongly that I can't even describe it. Like, I seriously can't describe it to you. But yeah, so I offered her to stay with me the night, and it looks like shit. I was gonna clean it up for her. I really was. I was gonna let her sleep in my bed, and I would sleep on the couch. She lives with her grandmother, and her grandmother's seems like not a good person, is how I will put it politely. And obviously, because rent can be enormously expensive, she can't afford to move out. And that's just the way it is around here and everywhere in general, I guess. I got very fortunate with this place. I lucked out. That's all I can say. It's the one, you know, the few times in my life where I actually have luck. It really does help. So I was fortunate to be able to live in this place. And I can go into detail on that more later, if wanted and requested. But there's not a lot of places around here where you can afford to live somewhere that has all the amenities that you need, like parking, laundry, oven, stove, microwave, dishwasher. I could go without a dishwasher, honestly. I could go without a lot of things, but some people can't. I'm not saying that she can't. I'm just saying that finding a spot that has all that you need and that allows pets, because she has a dog, it's hard. Finding an affordable spot that has all that and that allows pets is hard, especially if you can't get a roommate. And roommates are difficult. I'm gonna say that right now. I'm glad that I don't have to be in a dorm. If I had to be in a dorm with a random sorority girl, and you know the girls I'm talking about, and not every girl in a sorority is like this, okay? There are sorority girls that are like the best people you'll meet. There's also sorority girls that are the worst people that you will meet. Those are the ones I'm talking about here. If I was stuck with somebody like that, shit, I'd be on the news for murder. Like, I don't have patience. Not like that, at least. And especially in my life right now, with everything that has happened to me recently, I don't have that kind of willpower to restrain myself if somebody pisses me off too much. All I can say is that right now, I feel, oddly enough, better than I've felt in several weeks. That's weird to say. Truly. It is weird to say. And it's weird to hear myself saying that. I don't have to worry about college right now. I do have to go to work tomorrow because apparently my workplace was open today, which blew my mind, but I mean, there weren't a lot of trees around there. And like I said, when I was coming back here to get my friend some cooked meat for her to take home, because she had veggies and fruit at home, but she didn't have meat, and I knew she needed meat. You need protein, especially if you can't have gluten or dairy, you need protein from meat. So, that's where I put the chocolate. Anyways, sorry, my Adderall prescription will not be refilled for some reason. I gotta contact my doctor, but anyways, CVS is annoying sometimes. What was I saying? I feel better because I don't have to worry about college right now. Like, because other places, other neighborhoods in this area are going to be without power for probably several days because they have above ground power lines, which a lot of places do. We're very fortunate here, and I'm happy that I actually decided to live here because that was a recent decision. I'm happy. I don't know. I guess that's dumb to say. And I do still feel very, very bad for everybody who lost people. Because that was a lot of people. And that's all that's known right now. There might be more. So, and like houses being completely demolished, washed away. I mean, how do you come back to that and be okay? And I knew I probably wouldn't have to be prepared for that, but that's why I packed up this suitcase right here with stuff that I could use. And I was prepared to drive in my car even in roads that might be flooded. Because coming down to it, I would prefer to be somewhere safe than be stuck with my belongings and go away with them. So, but I don't know how you come back to where your home is and realize that you don't have a home anymore because it's washed 300 yards down the street. So, I'm happy for me, and that feels wrong to say that. But I hope everybody's okay. I feel like a fucking idiot. Being 100% honest with you, I feel like a fucking idiot because I made such a fool of myself, as I do when I open my mouth. I'm always a fool when I open my mouth. I was like, there's no way it's gonna be that bad. It's gonna blow over, break up. But how was I supposed to know? Everybody here that I've talked to who has gotten damage or this, that, and the other, they're like, we didn't think it would be like this. We weren't prepared. We didn't expect this. We didn't think this was possible. Like, obviously it's possible, but we weren't prepared. We weren't mentally prepared. We weren't prepared for this kind of damage. I mean, my college was acting like we were going back Monday. Bitch, we ain't going nowhere Monday. I'm telling you that right now. Okay? Only part of one campus of my college has power. part of it. Like 3 buildings is what it said in the email. And that's just one campus. I think we have like 3 or even 4 campuses. And they're not large campuses, mind you. That's a weird word to say, plural. They're not large, but there's multiple. Yeah, the only email I got was about that one campus with 3 buildings. And there's a lot of buildings on that campus. So I don't think we're going back to college Monday. Which is fine by me. It's fine by all of us students. What's not fine is how that's going to affect the rest of our semesters. And I'm not saying that's more important than people dying and losing their livelihoods and their houses and their lives. Like I'm not saying that's more important. I'm just saying that's what people around here are thinking about. Or at least college students, probably. Unless it's just me. I'm sure the dean and all the professors are thinking about it. I didn't even think about that. I mean, are my professors okay? Like, I like them. I do. And we usually get emails when people die. I'm sorry. Ugh. We get emails when people die, which is a weird thing to say. But we do. I don't really like them because more often than not, it's a college student that committed suicide. So it just seems kind of dumb. Not dumb to let people know. Dumb that they sent it out through the college email. Like, don't you think maybe you were part of the problem? Maybe that was why they're gone. Maybe you stressed them out too much. I couldn't tell you, but I could tell you how I felt. I could tell you how my friends felt. It's not just about home life. It's about everything. It all combines into one. But anyways, I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. I'll word it that way. Because somehow I got to get to work tomorrow, and my workplace on a good day of traffic is 35 minutes from here. Longest it took me, maybe 50 minutes. Shortest it took me, 15. Think about that for a second. I'm not going to elaborate on that. I don't want to incriminate myself. Not that I've done anything wrong, because I haven't. I've never done anything illegal. Nah. I'm an A+ student, bro. I don't do anything illegal. Nah. Nope. Not a single thing. Anyways, I'm just curious to see how everything's going to play out. And I'm just beyond grateful that I have power. It's the little things, honestly. I was prepared to not have power tonight. Would have sucked because it was already very, very humid. This is a studio apartment, okay? There's not a lot of air in here. And the air that was in here was extremely humid because I think I might have mentioned my windows weren't fully sealed because I hadn't sealed them properly because they're fucking difficult to push back into place if you're like me and have noodle arms where all your strength is in your legs because you did karate and you really don't need muscles to punch well. So, yeah. All my strength is in my legs. And my abs, I think. At least I've been told I have good abs. That's a weird thing to say. My ADHD is overpowering me right now, I must say. Now, I did have a cup of coffee this morning, but like an hour after that, I just passed the fuck out for like 6 hours. Because before that, I only slept like 2 or 3 hours. And before that, I really didn't sleep that much the night previous. Probably 6 hours. So, yeah, I'm about to pass out again. I'm gonna see if I can get the TV, the Wi-Fi working. But like I said, I'm in a studio apartment over a garage. And the garage is like 20, 30 feet from the house. And that's not even counting where the router is in the house. So my Wi-Fi has to work very hard to even exist with the extensions in here. And I mean, I'm grateful that the power is on. Beyond grateful. And if I don't have Wi-Fi for several days, I don't give a fuck. I'm fine. My grandma has Wi-Fi. I'll go there if I need to. Like, but yeah, so I'm fortunate and I'm grateful for that, and I thank God for that, and I thank everything that's happened in my life to get me where I am right now, because if I didn't move here when I needed to, and I can elaborate on that too, I could tell you the whole story, and it would probably take me, if you want the whole story, the explicit story, it would take me a while to say all of that. But if all of that didn't happen, I would still be there. And I kind of laugh at the thought of how bad the damage is there. And that might sound mean, but you don't know, so you can't say anything. I'm happy. For once, for the first time in several months now, I haven't had to stress about anything. I was afraid, for good reason, over the night, especially because I didn't know what was going on with that generator. I didn't know what that glowing blue light was. That was very weird to me, because every time it glowed, it would make that, my voice is not doing well right now. This is so sad. I can't do it. I guess kind of, that's what it sounded like. It was a hum, an electrical hum. A very deep, I can't get my voice down that low, but a very deep, low hum that I could just hear. And the glow would start, and then the hum would start. The glow would stop, and then the hum would stop. So it like followed it. It was delayed. But I mean, that was weird. And what worried me also was that, like I said, there's not a lot of places for me to go in the studio apartment that's away from the window. Truly. But at some point, it got really bad. I could tell it was getting really, really strong because my floor was vibrating. My walls were being whacked with something. I don't even know what with. I don't know if there's damage on the outside of these walls. I don't. I looked over there and over there. I don't know about this wall with this window. I don't know, because I haven't been over there. And I didn't see anything on the back. Sorry. I didn't see anything on the back wall, but that's not to say there isn't damage, and something's rattling. I can't point in a video, but in the bathroom fan, when the power was still out, every time the wind would blow, it sounded like something was rattling on the top of that vent on the roof. So something might be stuck on the roof up there, not really sure. I told my landlord, send her a video of the noise. We'll see. I can keep y'all posted on that. I don't know. But at some point, after the floor, like it got really bad here when the floor started shaking. I was sitting on the floor in the bathroom, and I was just staring out the window, just kind of like calm, which was weird. Like I didn't cry at all. I didn't freak out, I didn't have a panic attack. I didn't even have an anxiety attack. I had anxiety, but I didn't have an attack. It was just kind of weird. Anxiety made me move everything away from the window, which turned out to be good because those two windows over there, like I said, I couldn't properly seal them before. I have opened them in previous moments while living here just to enjoy the breeze and sounds of nature outside while watching TV or just sitting or listening to music or something. And I hadn't closed them properly since. And I honestly didn't care. But
that meant during the storm, water came in a little bit of water. I got it cleaned up. My grandmother came over, and with the both of us, we were able to properly seal both windows. The annoying part was the bottom part was pushed all the way down. It was the upper part that wasn't pushed all the way up. Even though I did my best, like I pushed to the point where my thumbs, like my hands wouldn't let me push any longer because my thumbs were just, it hurt. I don't have great hand strength. My skin's not very durable. It's not very thick. I don't have thick skin. But no, I really don't. Like, if I don't put lotion on, my lips will crack and bleed. Like, if I don't put chapstick on, my lips will crack and bleed. If I don't put lotion on my hands, especially in the dry and colder months, I'll get cracks on my knuckles. Like, splits. My skin will split apart if I don't put lotion on as much as I need to. My skin will split under my fingernails. It will split in between. I can't even describe it to you. I've had allergy attacks where I've had to blow my nose just so many times that I rubbed my nose raw and it was bleeding on the outside. On the outside, it was bleeding. So, but yeah, so I couldn't push it back up all the way, and I couldn't seal it. So, but my grandma came over and we did it together. She's helped me a lot today. She's helped me a lot in my life, actually. I can be a bitch to anybody, which is something that's not good about me, but sometimes you just gotta be upset. And if you're around people and you tell them you're upset and they still say things that you've warned them would get a reaction, then, you know, I'll apologize for it later. But I know this sounds bad, but like at this point in my life, I don't have good control over my emotions. It just kind of comes out, but I try my best. I'm telling you though, I haven't, with school, I haven't even been able to make myself a proper meal, get proper sleep, you know, and when you don't take care of your body like that, your mind, your mental health deteriorates as well. So, of course, I got mad or irritated and said a few things that were a little rudely worded. But that's the worst I've ever done to anybody, truly, was just words. Which is bad, but I mean, compared to a lot of other things, it's not that bad. And whatever, so, yeah. But I'm gonna stop the video, because it's at 30 minutes, and I really don't think anybody stayed this long to listen to me jabber on about nothing, so I'm gonna try to get the Wi-Fi working. If not, I'm probably just gonna pass out. But yeah, I hope you all are safe and sound. I'm sorry for those who lost family members, who lost their own lives, who lost their homes, their livelihoods. I pray for everybody, and I thank God that I'm fortunate enough to have everything that I need right now. And kind of that my school stress was taken away for at least some amount of time. I mean, unfortunately, I can't go to church Sunday as of right now. But at least I don't have to be insanely stressed about somehow getting schoolwork done when most of the surrounding area doesn't have power yet. So I didn't even think I would get power. So yeah. Anyways, peace out. And I hope everybody's good.